Hi, I'm Miss Sarah from the Gwinnett County Public Library, bringing you another episode of Backyard Biology. Now you may notice that it is nighttime. That's because I'm going to be talking about a couple of nocturnal animals that you might find in your backyard. Nocturnal animals are ones that come out at night. Let's talk about a couple and see what you can learn about them.
Most of us spend time in our backyards during the day, but some very interesting wildlife can be seen after the sun sets. At dusk, we can start to see one of the first animals of the nighttime appear in our yards, the firefly. The firefly is a type of beetle, and you have to watch carefully to be able to follow their blinking lights. Fireflies live in the grass during the daytime, but at night they emerge and start their flashing patterns. They use their flashing lights to signal to other fireflies who are looking for a mate. They do this with a chemical process known as bioluminescence. The firefly can produce what is called a cold light. It lights up without producing heat. When introduced to oxygen, the chemicals in the firefly's body light up. The firefly has the ability to control the amount of oxygen that are introduced into its abdomen so that it can control its flashing pattern. Even firefly larvae or young have this glowing effect. In fact, fireflies spend most of their lives as larvae. They are only adults for about 3 to 4 weeks, but they are larvae for 1 to 2 years. Fireflies taste bad to predators, so bats and things usually avoid them. The firefly most often seen in our backyards at night is the eastern firefly, but there are many different species. In our part of the country, they are typically found in our backyards in the evenings between May and July. The lights made by fireflies are not only pretty to see, they also have scientific uses. The chemicals inside the firefly's body light up when introduced to a chemical ATP. All living things also have ATP inside of them. This means that the scientists have been able to use the chemicals from a firefly's body, introduce it to other creatures and organisms with ATP, and if there is a light effect, the scientists know that there is living matter there. So, this is often used to find bacteria that may be growing in food sources or to identify diseases in people's bodies. It has even been sent into space to see if there might be life out there beyond the stars. Fireflies are beautiful and important, but they're also in trouble. Light pollution and environment encroachment has limited their numbers. So, if you go out and catch them, be sure to let them go.
Now we're going to talk about a mammal that you might find in your backyard at night, the Virginia opossum.
When I put cat food out for my friend Willow to eat at night, it attracted another visitor to the yard, a Virginia opossum. The opossum, or possum as it's commonly called, is the only North American marsupial, or animal that's babies develop in a pouch. When a baby possum is born, it is only the size of a honeybee. It must crawl through its mother's fur, find the pouch, and latch on to drink milk until it can grow to a larger size. Then baby possums are known to ride on their mother's backs. Possums are omnivores, which means they will eat both meat and vegetable matter. So the cat food that I set out was a delightful snack to this possum. Some people think of possums as pests, but because of their varied diet, they can actually be helpful. They will eat carrion or things that are dead lying around. They also will eat rodents and roaches and other animals that may be more bothersome to us. One of the animals that possums love to eat are ticks. Here you can see a possum actually eating ticks off of a white-tailed deer. In this way, possums actually help control tick-borne illnesses like Lyme disease. Some people don't like possums because they have a long, rat-like tail, but this tail is also very useful to them. The tail is what's known as prehensile, which means it can be used to grip. Possums as adults will use their tails to help them in climbing trees, and as young, they can use the tails to actually hang from a branch. They can even use their tails to carry leaves and things back to their den to make a bed. Possums are also not very aggressive. In fact, when they run into trouble, they usually employ a very neat trick called playing dead. The possum falls into a coma-like state that can last for up to 4 hours. Predators think the animal is dead and leave it alone. Then the possum can revive and go on about its business. Possums also are immune to the venom of most snakes, as well as almost immune to rabies. Another interesting fact about the possum is that it has 52 teeth. That is the most teeth of any North American land mammal. If you're still uncomfortable seeing a possum in your yard, keep in mind that possums are transient, so it will be moving on shortly. Possums never stay in one place for very long.
This has been another episode of Backyard Biology brought to you by the Gwinnett County Public Library. Thanks for watching!